guys, your boy Matt here. Currently enjoying Lake Burley Griffin. Enjoying these little kind of chill things, enjoying some mindfulness exercises, getting back to the things which give me joy. Trying to have a calm and peaceful mind, returning to the things which I originally valued before my world got completely ruined by Humanity Health Group and related things. But before Humanity Health Group, I was being harassed terribly by members of what was really a pretty dodgy group of people. I describe them as proto-fascists, or some of them actually fascists, but mainly just young men who had more power than they should have and had access to our cyber warfare infrastructure. And I was dealing with consistent harassment, I was dealing with actual cyber attacks, I was dealing with constant harassment online from these people, and it was just because I was better at jiu-jitsu than they were, because I knew how to jiu-jitsu gym, and because I got along with our coach better than they did. Now I do not get along with their coach at all. We are currently mortal enemies, and it doesn't need to keep like that. I've always just wanted him and everyone in his community to fuck off and leave me alone. Okay? And all of my behaviors have been based around that. At this point, they've committed so many different criminal offences, and they have this weight suspended above them, which can crack and snap on top of them at any time. And it is going to snap and crack on them. That is going to happen. And these people, some of these people are going to go to prison. That is what I would hope, but unfortunately it seems that our policing services have their favourite people, and the Signals Directorate doesn't seem quite willing to really, and doesn't seem to have comprehended how egregious this behaviour has been. We have a system similar to what the NSA were doing with their mass surveillance here in Australia, and even if you support that, and there are some reasons why we might choose to have that, you can't have people using that system and that their access to surveillance and our access to cyber warfare utilities and related things to abuse people just because they don't like them, as happened in this case. Now, around over a year ago, I talked to a man called Michael about my concerns with this stuff, because he fashioned himself as a community leader and he had a background in cyber warfare in both the Signals Directorate and Army. He did fuck all, and he both put his head in the sand, but at the same time he has this fantastic ability to double think, where he'll actively be encouraging and telling people to do terrible things while at the same time thinking he's a great person. It's quite spectacular. I'm not sure, I think he may actually, it's an incredible psychology. But all I've requested is for him to leave me alone. So this is the deal. I don't get any interference, any contact, anything from these people, and I stop talking about you. That's it. Okay? You can end it. You've always been able to end it. All you needed to have done is leave me the fuck alone. Okay? Now, at one point in time, because of Michael's brilliant psychology, he got incredibly jealous, and he believed I stole something from him because he had tried to position his gym with these celebrities overseas, and those celebrities ended up liking me better than him, mainly because I wasn't a proto-fascist sack of shit. And now he's still angry at me for that, but he doesn't need to be. He can fucking link up with other people, man. There are plenty of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gyms with MAGA-wearing fascists over the United States he can make friends with. There are so many. Like, I've provided him immense publicity, even though it's negative publicity. It's not the publicity I'd ever want to have. It's probably not going to do him any good. But if he was clever, I don't know if he is clever in this way. He probably could capitalize on it to sell stuff. I don't know. He doesn't seem to have it in him. He seems more interested in hijacking what I do and latching on to me rather than doing his own fucking thing with the attention he's gotten. But that has always been something on offer for him. Okay? We are never going to be friends again. Okay? There are things about this guy I find really disturbing. The people around him are even more disturbing. All what I've been doing is trying to escape a really incredibly manipulative, narcissistic and controlling man. And this is a very common story. This happens every week with domestic violence victims in Australia. I worry about people who are close to him. But the point isn't to devastate this guy. The point is to stop the abuse and all the beefs and everything I've said about him, which have been true and accurate. There are some things I was speculative about, which I said were absolutely true. Now I know they are true. He has been directly instigating unlawful use of our cyber warfare utilities and our cybersecurity assets. He has done this. He has acted and he's used his connections to people from his previous work to abuse me. This has been hellish. It's been terrible. I want him in prison. I want Michael Armstrong to go to prison. I want people in his gym who have engaged in unlawful use of our cyber security apparatus and have misused our signals infrastructure or our communications infrastructure to go to prison. I would call on the community to pressure our law enforcement bodies to do their fucking job in this regard. But the reason why I've been saying this shit is because of the abuse and the coercive control and the use of our cyber warfare and cyber security infrastructure to abuse me and try and control and dominate me. Things such as controlling my reception. Oh god, there's a whole list of things. It's nasty. It is fucking nasty. What a deplorable man. What a disgusting group of individuals. And as I said, the terrible thing is that they fashioned themselves as a veteran support group, and while I'm dealing with life and death situations and would have enjoyed a community of people supporting me, I was being abused then as well. I fucking hate these guys. Now, all they need to do is stop. You want me to stop saying nasty things and telling the world about the horrific things you've done? Stop abusing me. That's the cycle. You stop abusing me, the cycle stops, it ends, and we move the fuck on with our lives, right? Do you have this in you? Do you have this in you, or do you get so much pleasure from abusing me that this is what you want to do for the rest of your life? Is this the man you are? Is this the people you want to be? Right? Is this what you want to shout to the world about yourselves? Because that's what you're doing to a very large audience. And it's really sad that this is what our society, and our law enforcement bodies know what I'm fucking saying. Like, they've watched parts of this play out, and they're not very competent at what they do. But they've watched this play out for the world to see, and they need to think, is this is what we are comfortable with the world knowing about Australia? We let corrupt intelligence services bully citizens for pleasure. That's what we do in Australia. that's what we want to tell the world, evidently. That's what our security services are comfortable with being portrayed to the world. So either way, that's my rant here. If you want peace, stop abusing me. You can have it. You've always been able to have it. Every behavior I have exhibited has been to try and escape a narcissistic, coercive abuser. I have been escaping the worst forms of coercive control. This has been a hellish story. I can imagine movies being made about my experience. There's not going to be a positive movie made about Michael's experience. And there's going to be biographies written about me and, and what I've fucking gone through. It's not going to be about Michael. Have a good one.